Hello, everyone. This is Lisa from Hearing Loss Pathfinder, and I thought today it would be good to show you my N8 because it just arrived. So a couple of days ago, I had to unpack it and check everything, all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to show you what it looks like, and it's very similar to the N7, actually. There's some minor changes that they did. There is a shorter battery. I chose the standard battery because I need it functioning all day and into the evening. So I'm going to take this apart and talk about the different parts and how they are different from the N7. Microphone. Okay. All right, I'm going to take off my other one. I'm not going to hear anything. Hello, everybody. This is Lisa from Hearing Loss Pathfinder. I am completely deaf right now, but I wanted to show you my N8 because it arrived, and so show you the differences between one and the other, what was sent in the box, all that kind of stuff. So I took it apart so you could. I'm going to take apart my N7 for a second, but I don't get them confused. Take off the, leave that on. All right. So this is the N8, okay? I'm going to put it next to the N. This is the N7 and the N8 together. So put it exactly together. So you can see that the N8 is smaller. They took a few inches off of it, which is nice. It fits nicely on the ear. It's not so bulky, although I haven't felt bulkiness with the N7, but it is smaller, and that helps us. So you can see it's shorter, and it has a longer curve, I think, instead of a sharper curve. So this is the coil for the N8. And I have to say, the only issue I had was with the battery. With the magnet. I could not get the magnet out of my N7 to put it. I had to look into another N7 that I had and pull that magnet out. So that is the only challenging thing. So I might have to wait until my audiologist comes back to fix that, but we'll have to see. They still have the covers. I think that the openings for the filters are smaller, but at least they put it in a whole piece because it was just really hard to handle when they had, you remember when they had those little foam things that were supposed to stick into the openings for the microphones? Oh my God, that was awful. So I'm glad Cochlear fixed that but this time they put a lip on the end, a little lip there, which is helpful because that way you can get a good grip and take it off better. So, but they made the microphones smaller again. So, but at least we have a cover that we can handle. We don't have to try to maneuver putting sponges in. I'm going to cover it back up. Okay. So the only issue I had really was taking out the magnet and getting it back. The coil, the design of the coil is slightly different from the N7, but not by much. See how this is the N7, so it has like a little hook on it. But for the N8, it's a little bit flatter instead of with the hook. See, this is the, get it over there. This is the N7 and this is the N8. So it looks a little different. This one goes here. In terms of the batteries, There's not a lot of difference. The batteries are looking the same unless you order the smaller, shorter batteries, but they're exactly the same. The bottom on the N7 had a little design there. This is the N7 battery. This is the N8, so it doesn't have that little ring around. So I can tell the difference between one and the other, which is important. So this is the N8, no ring around the bottom, and this is the N7, which has the ring around the bottom. But otherwise, it's absolutely the same. They are not compatible one with the other. So if you try to put an N7 into an N8 battery section, it won't work. So the batteries between the N7 and the N8s are not compatible. So it's important to know that. But at least I can tell them apart because one has a ring on the bottom and the other one doesn't. So I'll put this back on because I can't hear a thing of what I'm saying. All right, I'm back. All right, I'm going to put my N7 back together. So with the package, they sent me quite a bit. You know, they're very generous with their equipment. So they sent me, of course, the processing unit, one of them. They sent me power extend rechargeable batteries. They sent me 2. Battery charger pack, just 1. Personalization cover power extend pack, 1. Charger plug pack, 1. Battery holder pack, 2. So those are the battery holder are the ones that use the disposable batteries. And then the air battery cover, they sent me 2. And then the coil combined link, they sent me 2, which was nice. Microphone covers, they sent me 2. Snug fits, which I had requested, they sent me 2. And ear hooks packet, they sent me 1. But that's okay because I have a lot of ear hooks. And then they send you all the paperwork in the world. So I have all the paper and the paperwork in the world to register your processor, and usually my audiologist does that, so I don't want to register it twice. But otherwise, it's the same booklet. The booklet looks a little different. Yeah. So this is October of 2022, so it looks nice, professional as always. So that is the booklet for the N8, and you see it there on the bottom. Mr. Shorty with the short battery. So I ordered with standard because I really need the battery to last. I don't know if there's a big difference between the standard and the smaller battery, but I didn't want to find out at the last minute. So, but that's it. It was simple. They, of course, all the little boxes. One of the recommendations that my audiologist gave me was do not keep the boxes that you empty, the one with the batteries and the coils and the things that you're going to use for the N8. Don't keep the boxes because they just take up space. And really, once you take it out, you're using it. So just save the boxes where you have the new materials like, the extra coil, any extra batteries that you might have. You can keep those, but once you empty a box, just throw it away. Don't store up, stuff that you don't need. So that was really important. Have I felt any big difference between the N7 and the N8? My right ear is a little bit difficult to program, so I have felt a little bit of a difference, not like huge difference. Not a huge difference, and perhaps it might have to do with a little bit of programming that we have to do on the right side. My right side ear is just the problematic child, so we have to be patient when we're scheduling or programming that side. So I don't know if you have any more questions about the N8. Again, it looks almost exactly like the N7. It just has, it's a little bit shorter, and the curve is a little bit nicer, I would say. But, the battery or the N7 comes down a little bit further on my ear. And the two difficulties I had were getting the magnet out of the N7 and putting on the Huggy. I just could not get it onto the N8. So I'll leave that up to my audiologist for her to help me out there. So I'm sure she'll make an appointment so I can go in and get those adjustments. I had to, once I got the N8, I had to delete the app on my phone that you use for the N6 and the N7. I deleted it and I had to upload the new app so I could install the N7 and the N8 together. So if you're trying to install the N8 on your old app, you have to kind of start over. So you have to delete the old app and then go on to either, your Apple apps or your other app. I'm trying to, because I have not an Apple, I have the other one. So you know what I'm talking about. Just in a blank right now. But yeah, I had to delete that app and put on the new one. There's a newer one. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll find the app for the not so Apple app phone. I can't think of anything else. I haven't felt like a huge leap in sound. I know that they worked on improving the sound on the N8, but I haven't felt the difference yet. So maybe in a few days I might get a sense of the changes. Just know that for me, the N8 took a little bit to kick in with the, let me see here. Look at my settings. It didn't quite happen all of a sudden. It just kind of took some time to get it all installed. So I think that if you turn off your phone, you install it all, then you turn off your phone and then turn it back on. Then I think it catches on. But I think that's what happened to me, that I installed it all, and the Bluetooth took a little bit to get it to take. So it might have been, once I installed it, I turned off my phone, I turned off the N8, then I turned back the N8, I turned it back on, and I turned my phone back on, and then it seemed to work just fine. So you just got to do a little of those tricks, when you install things on your computer, and then you have to restart the computer for that app or that program to start correctly. So I think that's the issue there. But otherwise, it's working fine, no problem. If you have any questions about the experience of requesting or receiving the N8, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. But that is the unboxing of the N8, and I hope you are well and that you stay safe.